Hello, this is David from the Bookman and Orange, and I welcome you to Things Found in Old Books. Today we found some things in old books, and I'm here to share them with you. And this book here, Kierkegaard, Purity of Heart. Now, this particular book was published in 1956. I found this little card. Now, it's from the Union Congregational Church in Upper Montclair, New Jersey. Now, the church is still there. I looked it up. There will be a meeting of board trustees on November 11th at the home of Mr. Charles Hollenbeck, sent to Paul Yinger. So now the card itself is not too interesting. I mean, it's a 50s card and it's kind of interesting. But what I found interesting was, as I looked at this card, was the realization that in 1950s, if you're going to call a meeting and tell everybody to come to the meeting, you would take a card like this and you'd roll it into your typewriter and you type the message down, you turn it over, you roll it into your typewriter, and you type the address, and you get out a stamp, you put it on, and take it to the mailbox. And I got to thinking, well, nowadays, everybody gets a text. Hey, there's a meeting at the church on November 11th. Be there. And a little smiley face emoji, and that's all there is to it. But in the 50s, you had to spend a little time at it. You had to really go through an ordeal just to call a meeting. So they probably only had like a meeting once a year. Nobody wanted to type this stuff. And so I found that interesting. In this book here, published in 1969, I found, lost it, but I found it. I found these, lost it, but I found it. I found this, these little, well, I guess they're luggage labels. They're luggage labels, and they look kind of old and a little bit brittle. And they're to the Transatlantique, the French line, the Ligne de Francesca. Boy, my French is not good, but it's the French line. So if you're traveling from France to America, you would most likely take the French line. And these were the little labels, and they were actually known for their poster art, very beautiful posters that they made. The French line started in like 1865, and by the 70s, they were kind of out of business because people were taking airplanes to go across the ocean. And but I did think they're kind of cute. I got two of them. I like them. And finally, from a friend of the show, Richard, he sent me this item. I was in the Bookman last fall and came across this program from the Bolshoi Ballet's famous 1959 tour of the U.S. This was the company's first tour of the U.S. and came during the heart of the Cold War. What made the find doubly special is that the program was personally signed by a number of the company's leading dancers, including Galina Ulanova, one of the greatest ballerinas of the 20th century. Also tucked inside the program was a signed photo with a personal note of Charles Weidman, one of the most important early modern dance choreographers. Cool find. It was a cool find. Thank you, Richard. I really appreciate you sending that in. He found it here in the Bookman. What do you know? I want to thank you all for stopping by, and I do appreciate all the kind words that you send. I am very grateful. Thank you. And this is David saying goodbye. Good day.